Okay, let's talk about troubleshooting and shutting down the console. Troubleshooting, if anything goes wrong, or if you open the console or if you followed all of the instructions in the video and something is still just terribly wrong, I advise going and reloading a show file. The way that you do that is the same way that you do that on the front of house console, is we'll get out of here and you get out of this section by clicking X, and you'll go to this button called Setup. You'll click Setup. Well, actually it was at Setup. So you click Setup, you get this page right here. I'm gonna go Save Load. I'm gonna click that, and now I have students or weekend. If I'm running students, you're gonna do students. If I'm running weekend, like I'm gonna pretend I'm running weekend, I can toggle here on this with this button, or I can just click weekend, and I'm gonna click Load. It's gonna ask me again, I click Load. It's asking me again, hit OK. And now it's going to load the weekend. And what that does is that just refreshes everything to a previously saved show file that we know works always. And sometimes people hit buttons or mute things or change things and things get messed up. So if something is wrong with the console, just reload that show file and it should be fine. That's the basics of troubleshooting. Once this loads up and gets going, I'm going to teach you how to shut it down properly. And it's done right now. Okay, so it's done. You don't have to hit save on these consoles or anything. Every change that you make is just going to kind of keep it as is. And so the way that you shut things off is I'm going to start with the actual console. I'm going to go to the back. And you guys remember how to hit the button, but you hit the power button in the back. That's going to shut down that console. And then I'm going to turn off the Shure in-ear packs. I'm going to turn that off next. I'm going to go over here and turn off this power. And then I'm going to go down here and turn off this master power. And you have to turn off by holding it down. And it powered off when you heard it do that. Now, what you want to do is you want to go make sure that everything is back in here. If you're a monitor engineer, you want to make sure these packs are back. And if they're not, you need to go find them and make sure they get back in their proper location. I've got the Guest Handheld 1. I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to put it back here. And actually, I'll teach you this later, but you need to put the battery back inside the battery charger that's backstage, and that'll be in a different video. But for right now, I'm just going to put it there. And then the bottom one is where the packs go. I'm going to take off my pack as a monitor engineer. I'm going to turn the power off, and I'm going to put it back in the bag and zip the bag up. And if I had ears, I'm going to put the ears back in here, put it back in there, make sure everything's clean, shut the drawer. Just inspect around me, make sure there's no trash or gummy bears or whatever in the world may show up around here. Once that's done, you're done powering everything off.